See how easy that came out? The reason why I put that paper towel, as you can clearly see, is just to help it along and make sure that pieces of glass aren't flying all over the place. Hello, this is Telomere and welcome to another repair video. In this video, we are looking at an iPhone 13 Pro Max. And I'm not sure if you can actually see it here too well, but it's this lens right up here is cracked. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that replacement in this video. To begin with, I'm just going to go and take the penelope screws out of the bottom. These little guys right here and here. Now before you even take them out, I do recommend you just give it a quick cleaning. This will help prevent the screws from jamming as you take them out. And if you're really struggling, you can use a brush like this. This is a really stiff brush. I think I have these in the Amazon affiliate links in the video description. To make a tiny little commission off that, I do have a lot of other tools and equipment and supplies that I use in there as well. So if you need something, I might have it. Screws are out. I think my heating mat is, yeah, it's almost up to temperature. It's good enough. It's at 80 degrees Celsius. I prefer it at 90, but I'm going to pop it on there right now and just wait it out. I had it on there just a speck longer than I would like to have. It's not like really a big deal. It won't damage the phone at 90 degrees Celsius, but it's a little bit harder to work with because it's hot. Like really, really hot. The phone agrees with me. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to see first whether or not the screen is going to loosen itself properly. Sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, it's not doing too bad. With the iPhone 12s especially, I have found that when you're pulling up on the screen, sometimes it actually ends up breaking the screen or peeling the screen away. It's coming up really quick. You can see already. There. Okay, that's one side. I like to get this well separated before starting to go in there with any pry tools. So I'm ready. There isn't anything to be concerned about on the sides. So with this, you've got the cables on the left side. Here we go. We're in. Some screws there to hold that up. Now we have some shields to get off, and to get into those, for the most part, except for I think one screw right here, it is a Y-wing Y000. I always start off first with the battery because I want to disconnect the battery as soon as possible to prevent any possible issues from happening. There we go. There's the battery connector. Now it's disconnected. Now this one right here is also a Phillips. I forgot about that. It has been a little bit of time since I've worked on a 13 Pro Max. Now with these ones, you do want to make sure that the screws for the earpiece is what this section's for. Oh, it's another Phillips. Gosh, they've got a lot of Phillips in this one. Make sure they're in the correct order. So to change out this lens, we got to get the camera out, and you just got to pop these up. You got to remember this is 3 cameras, so you will have 3 cables that need to be disconnected, and maybe even a 4th one. There we have it. Well, how about that? Apparently it's just those 2. Put this somewhere safe. I do like to put a card on it, a clean pry tool card. It's just like these plastic cards for getting into like Android phones. And I just put that on top, over top of the lens to just protect it from dust and debris. Now we can finish disconnecting this. So you want to disconnect the screen. You can use a nail for the most part. It's pretty easy, but if you are having some difficulties or don't want to use it, you can either use your tweezers, or I mean this one's really beaten up, but you can use a plastic pry tool to pop that up and it'll work as well. There we have it. Once again, we are working on this lens here. To get that lens out, you got to heat it up with a heat gun. Don't need to put it on for a long time, but if you go over on the heat, it's not the biggest deal in the world, although you do want to watch out for the lens right there for your flash. You don't want to burn it out. You can just touch it every once in a while, check to see if it's hot. Doesn't need to be like burning, but hot to the touch is good enough. Now, the one I like to use is I just use my pH 000, and you put it down to the bottom there, and like you can put a little piece of paper towel or something like that underneath and just push. See how easy that came out? The reason why I put that paper towel, as you can clearly see, is just to help it along and make sure that pieces of glass aren't flying all over the place. I'm probably still going to use something just to pick these little chunks of glass out. You never know. I think I'm going to grab a piece of paper towel. I should have done that in the first place. Makes life just a speck easier. You can see that I didn't get everything. I'm going to heat this up a little bit more just to help this along a bit better. Let's see if I can get anything else poked out. Even if I can't get it out completely, even just pushing down on it can help. From here, just soak it in some isopropyl alcohol. This is 99.9% pure. Sometimes you can get in there with your tweezers. If you can't, you might want to use an X-Acto blade. I prefer to use a chisel style. I have one right here that I use a lot, and I'll be using this one to clean things up at the end to get rid of the old adhesive. I really should be using safety glasses. I'm working with glass and I'm forgetting to put my safety glasses on. Just some normal plain glasses. I just want to prevent any glass from flying into my eyes. Yes, it might make it slightly more annoying to work, but I would like to save my eyes. Thank you very much. Here we go. Now I'm having some difficulties here. It is not working the best. So I'm going to apply some more heat. See how that works. I'm going to try using my blade too. This blade is pretty dull, but it should still help to some degree. There we go. Look at that. Combination of heat and using a nice little razor blade helps immensely. When you're using a razor blade like this, just keep in mind, like, where are you pointing that blade? This one, as I said, is super dull. If I pushed on this and it was like new, it would be cutting my skin right now. But if you got a brand new one that you're using for this, and you slipped, even with this one, I could really hurt myself. So just keep that in mind. Okay, we have all the glass out. Now we're at the final stage. We need to clean this. I'm just going to use the razor blade again, but I'm going to use the other side. And the reason why it's better to use, even if like that's a brand new blade, you want to use the back side of the blade instead of the razor blade, because I do find that it tends to dig into the metal. You really don't want that to happen. So I'm just using the back there, and it works really well. It's better to use a dull one when you're doing this, obviously, because you're constantly touching the tip of that live blade there, and it's not fun. So maybe consider taking one edge and just dulling it up with a bit of sandpaper or something like that. I don't generally replace this blade. I use it mostly for prying, for getting into screens that are being stubborn, stuff like that. And that's it for that. I'm gonna grab myself a Q-tip, just give that a last final cleaning. A little bit more alcohol, give it a good wipe. Here's the lenses. This is from Mobile Centrics. If you're a business that does repairs, Mobile Centrics is great. They do a really good job, and they are really good when it comes to warrantying stuff. If you are not a repair shop or whichever else may be, you probably will have a great deal of difficulties dealing with them because they don't really sell to individuals. So you might end up finding it easier to deal with somebody that's maybe on eBay or maybe Amazon, something like that. Here we go. Now let's find out which lens this is. Okay, so you got 3 lenses. I just gotta figure out which one's which. I think it's this one right here. Now it already has adhesive on the back to prevent your fingerprints from getting on it. It does help to work with the lens with your tweezers instead. So I'm going to take the adhesives, the backing, protective backing off right now. There we go. We're good. The protective film that was on the back there was really sticking on there firmly. So I always start in from an angle, choose a side, make sure it's firmly pressed into that side, and then you just lay it in. There you have it. If there is fingerprints on the inside of that lens, somehow you manage to do that, there is a method that you can use to clean that up. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. I don't see any. It's looking pretty clean, but I can show you nevertheless. It's pretty straightforward. You take a clean swab like this, you take a cloth like this, and you stuff it in there, and you just swirl it around. And the reason why you got to do it this way is if you put the Q-tip in and of itself just straight in there, it will leave fibers all over the place on the inside, and you will be having one of a heck of a terrible time trying to get that cleaned up. So that's it for that. I'm going to throw this paper towel in the garbage. I got little chunks of glass, you see that still here and there. I don't want to deal with that. Just some simple packing tape. You can go across it like this to pick up all those little chunks of glass. Camera back in. Make sure you get the cables also lined in properly as well as you do this. There's a bit of a bar for cable management right at the bottom going along between the battery and the camera. It should go on the side towards the camera, not towards the battery. Just pushing those FBC connectors back in, get them lined up. They shouldn't go in incredibly hard, like it shouldn't feel squishy when you put them in. Now just to put the shields back in, put the screen back in place, I'm going to put this in right now. The final thing we got to do is get out this old seal, and we're going to put in a new one. Now generally speaking, it is best to go and put a new seal into the phone. In this occasion, I don't really have one that is specifically for the 13 Pro Max, but I can tell that this seal is in immaculate condition. And the aftermarket seals are never 100%. So at least for this one, I believe that the original seal that this phone has will in fact be better than the aftermarket seal that I could put in here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to give this a really quick cleaning and just getting all the gunk out from these corners here. I've got this filled up with a lot of isopropyl alcohol, so it's not going to stick to the seal. And you can tell already it's pretty filthy. It's amazing how much dirt clumps up around the seal. Now if you do get a little bit of alcohol onto those lenses right at the top there, you can just take another cotton swab, put the tiniest amount of alcohol on it, and you can give those a real quick and easy polish, and then switch it over to the other side and give it a good polish, just dry, and that'll do an amazingly good job. I also want to give it a bit of a clean for the screen itself, just around the edges. I'm going to put a little bit more alcohol in this. You'll notice that the edge right there is quite dirty. So just giving that a quick brush down. There we have it. It is all prepped and ready. Unfortunately, there isn't any testing I can do because, of course, the phone has a passcode on it. That's okay. I do prefer to test the phone before I close it up completely, but I really am not expecting there to be any issues. So let's just get the rest of the shields in, and we'll call this done and dusted. And we're done. Those are all in. Now I just like to start off from the very top. I push that in first, and then I work myself to the bottom of the phone. Give it a good rub down. There we go. Finally, put the penelope screws in. And that's it. We're done. It is completely done and dusted and looking very, very clean. So, if you guys like the video, please do leave a like, and if you want to see more of my stuff, subscribe. We'll see you guys all in another video. Bye.